Okay, so on to the next problem. My recording stopped, so I don't know how much the other one came out. Here's the next problem that we're going to finish up. We have this one and then the next one and then a few scientific notation problems. Same thing as I've been saying from the get-go, please make sure you simplify with inside the parentheses before you deal with this negative exponent. And I see I can do that, so I'm going to scratch out as I go here. The 6 over 8, both of these can be cut in half and you end up with 3 over 4. A to the power of 2, a to the power of 4, you end up with more a's on the bottom and you'll have 2 left over. For my negative 2 and negative 7, I'm just going to actually rewrite it b to the power of 2, b to the power of 7. Now I'm going to deal with simplifying it. That gives me b to the power of 5 on bottom. Now let's rewrite that really quick so that I can see what I have, since it's all kind of a little messy here. I have 3 is on top over 4, a to the power of 2, b to the power of 5. Now that is being raised to the power of negative 2. Apply that negative 2. That basically means everything's going to switch to the opposite level, and it will then have a positive 2. So that gives me next, I will have 3 to the power of 2 will be on bottom, and that gives me 9. 3 squared is 9. And then 4 to the power of 2 will be on top. That gives me 16. A to the power of 2 raised to the power of 2 will give me a to the power of 4. And same thing, b power of 5 raised to the power of 2 will give me b to the power of 10. I want to check and see if I can simplify anything. And there's not anything that goes into both 16 and 9. So that is my final answer. Very last problem on the examples. I have 3y to the power of 7, x to the power of 4. I can't do anything in here. I see I can simplify this 6 and 8, so I'm going to take care of that first. 3 over 4. This x to the power of negative 7, it goes up top, and adding that over here, it's basically saying 5 minus negative 7. It really means 5 plus 7. That gives you x to the power of 12. Over here, this last piece, we have 15 over 3. That gives me 5 over 1. 10x is on bottom, 4 on top. That leaves me with 6 on bottom, and then the y is still there. So let's rewrite everything so that I can see it clearly. I have 3y to the power of 7, x to the power of 4 times, so I have a 3 on top, x to the power of 12 over 4 times 5 on top, y to the power of 8, and then x to the power of 6. Okay, I want to take my coefficients and multiply them. I have 3 times 3, which gives me 9, and then times 5 gives me 45. And 4 doesn't go with anything, so I'm just going to bring that in. I'm going to take my y's, y to the power of 7, well, we can bring the x in, sorry, x to the power of 12. I have a feeling this is going to simplify one more time after we do this. And then y's, I have 7 and 8, that gives me y to the power of 15. 15. Let's check down here. I have x to the power of 10 on bottom, because 4 plus 6 makes 10. 45 and 4 are simplified. I can't do anything with that, but I can simplify my x's. I have multiple bases, multiple x's, so I need to take care of that where I only have one base of x. So I have 45. There will be 2 left over, so it'll be x squared, then y to the 15th over 4. And that answer is simplified. You cannot do anything else to it. Okay, let's go on to 3 scientific notation problems. The first one, and part of this piece, I just want to make sure that you're writing your answers in scientific notation and moving your exponent the way it needs to be moved. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the 52 and 7. Come over here and multiply that real quick. 52 times 7, that gives me 364. 64, there we go. And then we have 10 to the power of negative 4 times 10 to the power of negative 6. I'm adding my exponents, so I end up with times 10 to the power of negative 10. Do not want to leave my answer like this because that number is not between 1 and 10, and you cannot be at 10, it has to be less than 10. So my number has to be less than 10 and greater than or equal to 1. So that means I'm going to be moving my decimal back 2 places. So I have to think, if I'm moving it back 2 places, I'm dividing, I'm moving the zeros out. So if you think about it, let's go back over here. I'm just going to do a quick example over here. If I had 2,000, let's say 20,400, and I'm making that into scientific notation, I would move my decimal 1, 2, 3, 4 places. So I would have 2.04 times 10 to the power 4. So I'm adding exponents there. I'm increasing my exponents, the power here. So that means I'm going to do the same over here, and I just moved 2 places. So I'm going to increase 2 from negative 10. So that should give me 3.64 times 10 to the negative 8. Now, some people are saying that you can do this on your calculator. So let's talk about what that would look like. I have, in parentheses, I'm going to do 52 times 10, raise it to the power of negative 4. Move out of that, close the parentheses, times 7. Let me go back and put parentheses around that. 7 times 10 raised to the power of negative 6. Close your parentheses on that. Press enter. And here we go. 3.64 times 10. Remember that E is an exponent. 10 to the power of negative 8. So it's always a good way to go and check while you're doing these. Just check on your calculator. 243 times 51. Plug that in. 243 times 51. The answer is 12,393. 10 to the power of 6, 10 to the power of 8, you end up with times 10 to the power of 14, but this is not in scientific notation yet. Same thing, I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, move it back 4 places, 1, 2, 3, 9, 3. Since I just went 4 places, I'm going to add on 4 more to my exponent of 14, so it'll be times 10 to the power of 18. Let's check it just to make sure. We have, in parentheses, 243 times 10 to the power of 8. Close your parentheses, times, open parentheses, 51 times 10 raised to the power of 6. Close those parentheses, press enter, and there we go. Same thing. Okay, so hopefully the calculator system, a lot of people are using it. I've seen them using it. It works. Just remember that whenever you see that E, that it means it's an exponent of 18, but you still need to use that base of 10. This is the stuff that your calculator doesn't give you, so make sure that you also write that down. If you write this down like this,